Right. So, community, welcome to another AME session. In here, we have AME today with INME Finance, and they are going to be presenting the project. But, guys, anything you might be hearing from today's AME, like I always say, make sure to do your own research as well. And, make sure you also try to join that Telegram channel. Um, if you don't do that, I don't think you'll be, available to win a prize as well. So, make sure you have to join in that Telegram channel as well and check them out. So yeah, um, Greg, it's good to have you here with INME Finance, and with me as well. I have Last Compachi. Last Compachi may want to say hi to the team from INME Finance as my co-host.
Oh, yes, definitely. Hello, people. And just a question before we start. We will be discussing only INME Finance, right? Not any other ventures of the INME branch.
No, no, no. I think it should be about INME Finance.
Thank you.
Yeah, we are talking about INMERUN. The INMERUN is the token that the pre-sale is live at the moment, but definitely we will touch every other aspect of INME Finance.
Okay, so it's INME one, right? If I'm correct.
Yeah,
Oh,
Imran.
okay.
INMERUN.
All right. So yeah, I think it's time for us to start. So I think I'm gonna start with you, Greek. You want to tell us about you, the role of the project, and how you guys get involved into the crypto space.
Thank you very much, Caleb. So my name is Greek. How did I get into the crypto space? Yeah, I've been in the space since as far back as 2016. Yeah. It was just in 2016 the
Oh,
only popular thing we had in 2016 was just Bitcoin, Ethereum, and we were just trading it P2P. I think back then the platform we were using was I can't remember the name of the platform, yeah, but it was was quite popular. It's still around till now. Um, so it was just Bitcoin trading P2P and trading over the counter also amongst ourselves. Got scammed a couple of times. Got into degens, got robbed. And all of those things that come with get aping into projects without the adequate knowledge. But yeah, it's been over 6 years now. We've done the work. We've gotten the knowledge, and we are presenting INMERUN to the community today.
Awesome. You want to go up next, Alabi?
yeah. Thank you. Okay, so my name is Rachel. Alabi Rachel, precisely. Okay, so I'm one of the AME manager for INME Finance projects, I and Greek. So how I got into the crypto space here, like every other person, I heard about crypto online, so many posts about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and others, and then to me, that's like a magic money. So fast forward last year, I got back in the space after learning and learning some preconceived notions about crypto. So made investments. I mean, I got into investments, into projects. I got scammed. I got robbed. I mean, like every other person. So and from all these experiences, it's actually birth knowledge for me. So I've worked for multiple projects. I mean, and communities as a moderator, community manager, and right now as AME host, I mean AME manager for AME project. So and I'm also quite familiar with all this, especially gold diggers, pink sales, scissors, and all. So and here's a story, and yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's nice. It's always good that a lot of us here do have a background on how we got involved into the crypto space. It's always good to share that with the community so that they themselves can know that a lot of us have gone through a lot before getting ourselves to where we are today. So yeah, let's go ahead with INME one. So I think Greek or Alabi, you want to tell us about INMERUN and how this idea came about?
Yeah, so I we actually go first, then Greek we actually come in. So we this our IME is a finance whereby we have INME swap, we have INME auto staking and auto compounding, we have INMERUN and we have math and we have gaming system. Now, when you're talking about the INME swap is a combination of a wallet and swap features, a decentralized wallet where you can swap your tokens, and the wallet is a decentralized wallet in the essence that you your wallets or anything about your wallet can be seen by any of the devs. You own your wallet, the investors own their wallets, and the wallet is EVM compatible, and basically we are still on BSC. So I'm talking about the auto staking and auto compounding. That's where you have staking and getting rewards, which we are actually going to touch later on. Then we have INMERUN. Now the IM swap is something that we've actually ventured into before, and we actually reached 6 million market cap. And so we brought about INMERUN, which we are currently working on. So INMERUN is a run to earn system whereby normally to keep fitness and to keep your health intact, if you run, especially, it is always sometimes all these doctors used to recommend that you run every day, for some time, maybe like early in the morning, just for you to keep fitness. Now it is so good to the extent that while you run, you earn. Something that you do normally for your health, now you have to earn by doing it. But then we actually make it more easier in the essence that we may have some people, maybe they have fractures, they are not able to run. Some people are even lazy. I can, because yeah, the reason I actually mentioned lazy was the fact that even I am lazy sometimes. So we create game. In this game, it's more or less like it's something like a subway. If I don't know if Caleb have played Subway before. Have you seen Subway game before?
Yeah, of
Caleb?
course. And yeah, of
Yeah,
course I do.
exactly. So the way you run in the game, so even if you can't run in real life, you can run in the game and still earn. So these are the things that we have, and then we have NFT marketplace. We have NFTs, though the NFTs are not linked to the game for now. That will be later, but we have our NFTs already, and then we have other things which will be used in the game. These are things that we will talk about as we further. So I don't know if Greek wants to say any other thing.
Right. So thank you very much, Rachel. Like Rachel has touched on, INME Finance is a tripod ecosystem. We have three main feature, which is the INME swap, the INMERUN, and the INME math. So I think I will just go in depth into what all of this, and then circle back into the INMERUN, which is why we are here today. And then also just to put this out, our fair launch is live. We have a 100 BNB soft cap, and it's filling gradually. So you can, while the AM is going on, just ape in. Okay, so the INME swap. The INME swap basically is a two-in-one, or will I say two for one? So basically, what it is that it's a decentralized wallet and also a decentralized exchange. So we have a DApp wallet and a DEX. So basically, the wallet works majorly like MetaMask. Just like Rachel said, it is EVM compatible. So all of the chains that are able to work on your MetaMask would work on the INME Finance wallet. And then also, one of the cool features of this wallet has to be the ability to track, all of the gas fees of all the EVM chains in real time. So the moment you're into your wallet, you are able to see you're able to see the gas fees on Cardano. You're able to see the gas fees on FTM, on the BSC, on Ethereum. You're able to see all of this gas fee in real time, and help you, make decisions on how to whatever you want to do with your wallet. Another cool feature of the wallet has to be, you can make purchases. You can purchase BTC on the wallet using your Visa card or your MasterCard. So there's a feature where you can just input your card details and you're able to buy BTC instantly. Like I mentioned, the wallet is EVM compatible. And then also to go back into the second part of the INME swap, which is the actual swap itself. So the swap in itself is a Uniswap V2 fork. Is a fork of Uniswap. Even Pancake Swap is also a fork of Uniswap. So it's a fork of Uniswap V2, in which you can swap all of your tokens on the you can swap all of your tokens on the exchange. So, but basically at the moment it works only for the BSC, meaning you can't actually swap FTM tokens or Ethereum chain tokens on the swap. So just FTN tokens. Input your contract address and swap on. Yeah, that's a little bit for the INME swap. And then for the INME Mart is currently in development. It is an NFT marketplace built in the metaverse. So basically, the experience we are trying to give investors has to be, the way you go into shopping malls or Walmart, whatever shopping malls you have around you, and then you go about with your basket or your shopping cart, and then you're picking stuffs into the cart. You go to the counter, you check out, you make payment on the metaverse. Really, we want something that brings people and allows investors have the feel of what the metaverse should look like, and it's currently in development. So circling back to the INME swap. The INME swap the INME swap ecosystem is powered by a token called the INME swap token. The INME swap token is live. The market cap at the moment is around 6 million. It's over 6x from launch, and it's doing massively well even in this current market condition. So moving forward, I'll tie both the INME swap and the INMERUN token together. So yeah, now let's move into what the INMERUN is about. So basically, the INMERUN is an app and a game together in one mobile application. So basically, what you have is you have your game, which is like Rachel mentioned, which is similar to what you have with what you have with the Subway Surfer. I know the game was a little bit popular a couple of years back, and the what you have with Stepping, the actual run to earn. So where you perform tasks like running, and you are able to earn. Caleb, before I
Yeah,
continue, do you have any question, Caleb?
yeah. I mean, if you still have something to emphasize more about the INME swap and INME run, you feel free. Of course, I'll surely ask my question.
Thank you very much. Okay, so for the INMERUN, there is the PvE, which is the player versus environment, the game. And basically, what the game does is to help people who are unable to carry out the actual task that are required in other projects like stepping and all of the other tasks to earn that you know and have heard of. And this solution was brought out from the floor because investors were always asking, what about people that can work? What about people that are old? What about investors that are old? What about, different categories of people that are unable? What if I'm at work and I'm not able to earn? How do I ensure that I'm earning? Well, there is a solution for you, which is the PVE. So basically, all you need to do is play the game, earn coins, convert them to the INMERUN token, and you have your prize. It's pretty easy. Before I go into what the game looks like, I want to touch on the actual running part, where actual runners earn. So basically, how the app works is that, and then I would appreciate if some of the pictures and videos of, the way the app looks and the way the app works is posted, Rachel. So for
Yeah.
the actual runners, what you do is you turn on your GPS. There is a set distance. You begin to move, and then you're earning. Um, One very nice feature is that the moment you log into your app every 24 hours, you get one INMERUN token. One INMERUN token is given to you every single time you log into your app in a 24-hour period. So even if you're not running or you're not doing anything, the moment you log into your app once in 24 hours, you get one INMERUN token. So and it gets better. You don't need to hold any amount of the token to be able to participate in the run to earn or in the game. So basically, instead of having to hold tokens to participate, you are even awarded tokens for participating, for using the app. So first of all, there is a free version, meaning there is a cap to how much you can earn on the free version, and which is a total of 5 INMERUN, which is a total of 5 INME swap tokens. A total of 5 INMERUN tokens, sorry. That is the max that you can earn every day on the free version. So you get one INMERUN token for logging into the app, and then you get 4 for performing any of the tasks, either you're running or you're playing the game. So, but for the actual runners, or for the guys running, actually, there is a max distance that you can run in a day, which is 5,000 meters in a day. That is the max distance, and then you get your additional 4 INME tokens. And for the gamers, you get 1 INME token for logging into the app. You get 4 for playing the game on the free version. So you could be wondering, how do you then increase your potential earnings? How do you increase how much you're able to earn, or how much money you're able to make from the system? It's pretty easy. What you do is you have to purchase what we call boosters. So basically, we have daily boosters. The boosters are what you see in other projects as NFTs, but in the game or on the app, you can buy the boosters in the in-app marketplace. So basically, how it works is, if you played Subway Surf or you've played Temple Run, there are sections in the game where for a certain amount of tokens, you are able to buy power ups, either extra life, either boots that make you run faster, either skating boards, whatever it is, you're able to like purchase it inside of the in-game marketplace. So we have 3 boosters. Actually, the first one is the Pews, the second one is the energy drink, and the third one is the sneakers. And it gets better. I mentioned earlier that I was going to tie in the INME swap token and the INMERUN token together. So basically, there is a feature there. considering community feedbacks and the way investors act, we've come to realize that there are persons that might not want to say probably they are holding INME swap tokens and they don't want to sell them, just to purchase INMERUN token. Well, it's good. You could use your INME swap tokens to purchase all of these boosters in the game. So for the pews, it costs between 2 INME swap token to 5 INME swap token. Now, the reason why this is pegged to INME swap token is because INME swap is live at the moment. When INME run token goes live, then you can use the equivalent price of INME run to purchase this same booster. And then the energy drinks go for between 4 INME swap token to 10 INME swap token, while the sneakers go for 50 INME swap token to 150 INME swap token. So yeah, basically there are 3 sneakers, and what the three sneakers are majorly Air Max, Air Zoom, and Zoom X. So what Air Max does is I mentioned earlier that for the free version you have a limit of 5,000 meters that you can run, but you can increase it if you have plans to earn more, you have plans to do more, you have plans to make more money. So all you have to do is you could purchase the Air Max sneakers, which cost 50 um, INME swap token. You could purchase the Air Zoom, which cost about 100 INME swap token, and you could purchase the Zoom X sneakers, which cost about 150 in INME swap token. So what the Air Max, which is the cheapest for 50, does is it increases your daily limit. Increases your daily limit to 10,000 meters. What the Air Zoom does, which costs 100 INME swap token, is that it increases your daily run limit to 25,000 meters. And what the Zoom X, which costs 150 INME swap token, does is it increases your daily distance to 50,000 meters. Now, when you're running, you might want to ask, how is the distance calculated? Your average fitness app, using the power of the GPS, is able to measure distances moved by individuals. When you go for a run, your probably your smartwatch or your mobile device can tell you that you just ran 1,000 meters today, or you've just walked 1,000. And there are some that go as far as telling the flight of staircases you've gone on. So basically, we rely on the power of the GPS to measure this distance. And when you run all this distance, there a limit comes upon you, and then you are not able to earn for that day till the next day. And should you intend to push you forward, you could buy more sneakers. There is no limit to how many sneakers you could buy. So you could buy more sneakers, keep buying, and they cost the same amount, just to keep adding that distance. So basically, I would be touching on the energy drinks. So what the energy drinks does is to give you extra energy in the game. So Subway Surf, when you are caught by I think it was a train master that was chasing the little guy. When you are caught by the train master, or you hit a train, that is literally the end of the game, and then you have to start again. So basically, what the energy drink does is that it gives you extra life. So when you get hit, you could use one of the extra life from the what's it called? You could use one of the extra life from the energy drinks, and for yeah, you could use one of the extra life from the energy drinks, and it depends on how many you're willing to purchase. And then there's also the pews. So the pews basically are a form of boosters that can actually boost your earnings. Say you've earned 3 INME swap token, the pews can help you double them. The pews can help you double them. So I think before moving forward on the game, I think I would want is Basinsa in the VC.
By
Okay, Basinsa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By Sensa, is he or she part of the team?
Yeah. He's actually the
Yes.
one that will actually, shed more light to the
Talk
game.
more on the game.
Okay, I mean, if he's on the VC, can he or she raise his hand?
Okay, so till they raise their hand, I think I would like to keep moving forward. And then I would like to touch on the game. Yeah, so the applications will be ready, like I mentioned. The Android version of the application will be ready on the 9th of July. That is about 5 days from now. And the iOS version of the app will be ready on the 15th of July. That is about 10 days, 10, 11 days from now. Yeah, so we have something great to look forward to. It's ready. It would be ready on the Play Store for download and for use on those dates. As Bisensa joined the call, yeah, it's on mute.
Hello.
Hello, Bisensa.
Yeah. Good afternoon to everyone. This is afternoon over here.
Hey,
So
how
I
you
am the
doing?
develop. Yeah, how you doing? I'm the one developing the game, the developer for the INME Run game. So I was asked to join this AMA section to discuss about the game, the release date for the game for the Android and the iOS. So if anyone have a question, you could ask me directly because I'm the one handling the game project. Okay.
No, just give us a general view into it. That's all.
Okay, good. Actually, the game it's a play to earn game where you run to earn a certain token, which is 5 max a day. And if you want to earn more to unlock some certain so to earn more token, you can buy some sneakers and boost and many other certain items you can buy to boost your earnings for the day. And in the game we have about 4 to 5 characters. So if you want to unlock another character, maybe you're using a female characters and you want to unlock a male characters, you have kind of 4 or 5 characters there in the game. You could pick one by unlocking them with the token in the game. And the Android game will be released July 9th, and the iOS will be on July 15th. And we're going to publish the game on both Play Store. You can check the game out. So the game is almost done, but we just need to do some blockchain integration into the game to make it fully functional, where player can connect their wallets and play the game and earn the token. Okay, I guess you're with me.
Yes, we can hear you.
You're good.
We're
Good.
following.
Okay, good. So that's just a short brief about the game.
Yeah,
And
but sorry to cut you short. I want to ask: is there not a means where you guys can maybe share screen and maybe people may want to see how the game is being done. I mean, it's just kind of a suggestion. If there's a means you guys can maybe share your screen and
Yeah,
show the
can
people
I
oh,
how.
can I cut in?
okay, sure,
Yeah,
you
go
can
ahead.
cut in.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so about that, actually, our game is ready, but we've not released it for for people to see it yet. I mean, for people to start playing. The reason why is because there might still be some things that there are still some things that we are actually still trying to you know, rebrand and trying to change in it. So that's why we don't want to, because if we are to release it now, or we are to actually show you guys now, you guys might be like, okay, there's something wrong, so that's why it's not. But 9th of July, that is in some days now, the game will be out for people to see and for people to play. I by then, because we have a lot of EMAs, and I think by then, any EMAs we're going to be holding by then, we should be able to show them. But I'm going to send some things in the group now. Okay, I will send it to I'm sorry, I will send it to Pius. He's going to send it into the group because I don't know if I send it, maybe it's going to like stay. So it will send like a sample of the game to you. I mean, into the group for everybody to see it.
Okay,
I
sounds
hope
good.
you, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you can go ahead. Um,
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, just to chip this in also, if you go to the website, you can actually download um you can download the application already, even though it's not integrated into the blockchain. The version you'll be downloading on the website now is not integrated into the blockchain. So if you go to the INME.finance website and then you scroll down under Run to Earn, you will see download APK. So you can download the game now and play and check it out. It's not integrated into the blockchain yet, so we're just trying to wrap up all of these things, so that people can actually play and earn from the game. Any other question as regards the game, Caleb?
yeah, I think it's time for me to ask my question as well. So I'm gonna break this down. I mean, I'm gonna start first with the inmate swap. So my first question to you guys is, I think you did mention something about pancake swap. So I'm gonna use PancakeSwap as an example because that is actually well known, and that's what I mean. 100% of people are using, right, in the space today. So how is this kind of different from PancakeSwap, and why should people, right, use InSwap rather than the PancakeSwap?
Okay, so yeah, thank you very much for that question. So when you look at InMeSwap, I wouldn't want you to look at it as just the swap alone or as just the decentralized exchange alone. It's actually a two for one, both the wallet and the exchange. So it is not so different from what we have with it is not so different from what we have with from what we have with PancakeSwap. Yeah, but it is a little bit different in the sense that it combines, yeah, an aggregator feature and the swap in itself. So basically you don't have you don't have the usual issues people have with pancake swap, which is things like, which is the usual issue, which is like the slippage, tolerance, blah blah blah. The exchange helps you to automatically set all of these things in a way that you are able to swap seamlessly. Did you catch that?
Sure, I'm listening. Yeah, I'm listening to that. Great.
That's just so like I said, you shouldn't look at it as just the swap. It is a wallet plus swap. So um usually for your MetaMask, there is always a risk of people connecting to wrong sites,
Mm-hmm.
even on MetaMask. Um, Even on PancakeSwap, there's a risk of you connecting to the wrong PancakeSwap. But for our swap, you have your wallet inside of the exchange. You don't need to connect your wallet anywhere. You're just swapping inside of the application.
Okay, okay, that's definitely understandable. Um, still on the inner swap. Um, you said it doesn't have like a slippage um tolerance just like the ones we have in Pancake Swap, right? But is it gonna be accepting?
Slippage tolerance problem.
Okay, so is it gonna be accepting all tokens, or it's just gonna be within just the INME token? So I just want to get to understand that if it's accepting, let's say for example, a new project launches, can I use InitSwap for that certain project to swap my token maybe either to BNB or to BUA or something like that?
Yes, actually, you could. All you need to do is to you can import, the contract address into the swap feature, and then you're able to swap one.
Yeah, because the truth is a lot of people have been coming up with swapping system, but um, we don't see them using. I mean, if you come up with a new token, you end up seeing most of them that you can when you do import a contract address, you can't seem to swap it to either to BNB or to BA because it doesn't accept like just accept just their own native token. So I was just getting to understand if you guys are if in the swap is not the same like that, because that alone can get a lot of attention. If it's just based on the native token, right? I think people will still go back using the Pancake swap because they can swap in all of their tokens on Pancake, so no matter how much the gas fee might be. So I just wanted to know if in this swap doesn't have the same issue, maybe just based on the native token, something like that.
We don't have that kind of issue on INME swap. INME swap is live. The charts, you can check out the charts on CMC. Um, I think the CMC link for INME swap token will be dropped in the group. Very, very wonderful project. You can check out the
No.
charts.
Awesome. So, coming back to the INMERUN, I really love the concept because people, a lot of people, especially me myself, I'm familiar with um, the running games like the Subway stuff and either maybe Temple One and stuff like that. But I was kind of looking at the image involved with the INMERUN. So it's kind of similar to Subway stuff. So I will want you guys to expatiate more about that. Like, don't you guys think it's gonna be kind of an issue with the people that design the Subway stuff, and stuff like that? So I just want you guys to expatiate more about that because it's almost like, the same the same way it is in
Oh,
Subway stuff.
Okay. Can I cut in?
okay.
Okay,
All right.
sure. Sure. Actually, the graphics is different. If you ought to play the Subway game, the graphics is totally different. This one, you can see it has underground. It has a subway. It has a rail. It like the graphics. If you had to play the game very well, you can see it's totally different. The color, the train color, the 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 items there in the game, the characters, the everything is different. Actually, I have been in the field of development for long, and I know the do's and don'ts of every game. There's also another game just like Subway. You can find it. I guess it's Princess Jump or something. It kind of looks similar, but if you check the graphics, the environment, the assets, the sound effects, it is totally different. The only thing that could make this game have any issue is number one, the train color, the sound effect, the characters, the items like the jump, the boost, totally different. And actually, there are some features Subway just updated, like you have to earn 5 tokens a day. It's also on Subway. If you checked it, they have this kind of certain features. So there are some things I'm trying to look in consider because also I'm also trying to put this project forward. So I'm trying to avert anything that could cause copyright issue. So the graphics is totally different. If you can install Subway on your phone and install this game on your phone, you could just check the graphics, the color, the sound effect, the boost.
Okay, so I would like to add to what Bisinsa have said. Okay, so it's just like someone bought same shoe. I mean, someone bought a shoe, and then when I saw the shoe, I actually love it. Then I went ahead to buy something that looks exactly like it. I bought same color brown as it is with the other person. Now, the person can actually come to me to tell me that why will you buy same shoe as mine? It's not easy, right? Okay, so in Subway, we can find something like train, we can find something like rail train and whole railway station, and we can find it also in our home. But does that mean that the railway station is for Subway alone? No. The railway station is for everybody. Now, that is something apart. And then secondly, when it comes to Subway, when you run, because in has you run and you get tokens as you're running on the way, just like in Subway. But this is a difference between our own and Subway Zone. When you are running to get a token in Subway Zone, you are just running to get a token to purchase something on the, on the app, and that thing is something that you can just use. You are just playing it for fun. But here in our own, when you play this game, you are earning from it. When you are able to like get coins, that coins of 1,250 coins. 1,250 coins in the game is one token of him. All right. So it means that is another difference from Subway, because when you play Subway, you're just playing it for fun. But when you play at home, you are getting something from it. They can't come and tell us and be like, oh, come on, why are you using coin? I mean, we are not the first game to use coin, right? So secondly, in Subway, right? Sorry, Greg, you wanna come in?
You just finish your statement. Sorry to
Okay. So and also in Subway too, we can find something like when you are running, you can find some boxes on the way. I mean, where you have something in it and all. In our own, when you find something on the way, maybe you find a box, you find a shell on the way, it means something. You are getting something in turn for it. You are getting money out of it. So these are things that are very, very different from each other. And according to what Bisinsa said, some things are very, very clearly different from it. So I'm sure we won't have anything like copyright issues on her.
So also to further on, the points that you've touched on, I want you to look in the light of how much adoption, games like Subway Surf, and Temple Run, and all of the other running games had or they got, and how much or the number of persons that actually played all of these games. And I know how long I spent playing this game daily. It would have been now seeing a prototype of that game where I can actually earn real money for spending my whole time playing the game. I think it's something that actually goes well with gamers and investors in the space. Yeah.
Okay, that's I mean that's definitely understandable. I mean, if the graphics is different from the Subway stuff, it's okay because you want to look at something long term. You don't want to look at short term, right? And if you're looking at long term, and let's say INME Finance actually goes along with pretty far. These companies like the Subway companies will actually want to use something to bring you down, and this can bring a bad reputation on what you've been building for a couple of years, and stuff like that. So I mean, we all want to make sure that things like that don't happen. And for the INMERUN, the coins you're gonna be earning, I mean, are you gonna be earning that on maybe the stable coins or on the native token?
Yeah, you're going
All
to be
right.
earning.
So okay. So let me touch on this. So basically, what you're earning inside of the game is um the in me it's the they're just literal coins that you're earning if you watch some of the videos that were shared in the group. Basically, what the player or the object or what the subject was collecting is just coins. So but there is an economics to these coins. So for every 1,250 coins that you collect inside of the game, it is equivalent to one INMERUN token. So let me say that again: 1,250 coins collected in the game it is equivalent to one INMERUN token. And you might lose, you might feel to you that 1,250 is a little bit much. But yeah, I can assure you that there were some of us that were earning, that were making up to 1 million coins per every per every subway surf we played. And you wonder, with all of your power ups, and then you're able to make say 100k coins, 1 million coins inside of the game. That is massive earnings for you. And then one of the reasons we had to go this route, it was to avoid a system where there would be liquidity shock. There are times when lots of persons, your game has gotten adoption, lots of persons are playing it, and then you don't have enough tokens to go around for the in-game ecosystem. For this now, we can have like multiple tokens inside of the game. You collect them, then you swap them into INMERUN tokens, and then you're able to move forward from there.
Okay, that's really amazing. And for how long is this gonna last? And how are you guys gonna be getting the funds for I mean, how's the fund gonna be coming about for the game? So I would like you guys to expand more about that, um, because I don't want it to look like maybe it's a game that you can play for a couple of few months, and then at some point you won't be able to earn your rewards anymore. So I just want you to elaborate more on how long this reward is gonna last, and how is the fund
Yeah,
gonna be coming about.
Greek,
yeah.
I would like to take it a while, and you can jump in. Okay, so every 15, every 15 hours you're going to be getting a reward. Okay, so we have our token, which is our token is 250 million. That is our token, right? And also we have our tax, our buy tax, and our sell tax. Okay, so let me explain how the buy tax and sell tax are. So we have the buy tax, we have which is 8%. We have 2 to liquidity, 2 to buy competition, 2% to reward. Now, when people sell and when people buy, we have something in which we will use in paying and gradually use in maintaining this gaming thing. Now we have 2% to monetary and development too. Now, when you're talking about the development, it means when we are talking about any development that comes on the way in this particular project. And most times when development comes in this kind of project, it's mostly where the gaming system are, because it's always and most especially always needing development. So we have some tokens assigned, we have some percentage assigned to this particular thing, which we always fund it. Whereby also, apart from the buy tax, we also have the sell tax, which is 9%, 30% to liquidity, and as usual, 2% to I think I need to mention that too. 3% to liquidity, 2% to buy competition, 2% to reward, 2% to monetary and development. I mean marketing and development. So now we have both percentage coming from both the buy tax and the sell tax, which is actually going directly to the gaming thing, to the gaming aspect, in which we will use in funding this. All right. And then we have another one going to development. Now, when you're talking about the development, it means that it's not like we're actually going to be really using it now. We are going to keep it. It's more or less like keeping this development percentage. So when anything comes up, or maybe there's not people are not really selling, doesn't want to sell their token, or things like that, they want to hold their token, we can as well use the development money at the time set to we will use it in funding the game thing at the time. So I think these are few things that I can actually talk about. Maybe Greg would like to take it and maybe add some things to it.
All right, thank you very much, Rachel. Okay, so just to touch on what Rachel mentioned. So basically, the source of funds to keep the game ecosystem running, because usually you see so many of this run to earn and all of this projects, they do not exactly have where they get funds from, and at the end of the day, they probably will just fizzle out because they've created so much tokens, and they are pushing down the price of each individual token by making out this payment. So the source of fund comes from multiple sources. We, like Rachel explained, 2% from both the buy tax and the sell tax goes into rewards, um, purchases from the in-game items. Say you buy power-ups, um, you buy sneakers, you buy pills, you buy energy boosters, all of the boosters you buy, and the funds from all of this are also pulled back into the project. There, when you swap, there is a certain percentage that is charged as as developer fee. About I think on PancakeSwap is about 0.25%. All of these are pulled together and they are used to keep the game ecosystem running.
That's awesome. I think all for the game. But yeah, that reminds me as well. Still on the game though. Um, will it still gonna be like, for example, with a feature on the game, like, will it still be the same one? Maybe in the coming months, or you guys are gonna be implementing new other features. Let's say for example, since this is gonna be a place like a warning stuff. Will there be any other development of the game while it's still building or something like that?
Oh yeah, can I come in?
Yeah, that's okay. Go
Okay,
on,
sure.
Bad
Yeah,
Sinsa.
yeah. There are still some new updates we'll be sharing in next couple of months. Like firstly, the city, we are gonna make another city look like the daylight and the the dark night, where people can run during the day and the night time. So we have some features and new environments we are gonna update in a couple of months, and certain new features, updates of the graphics and certain new items, tools, and things that will go in for the game, and the earnings will go more better than now. And just like we started, the graphics were the features was a bit, and now they are advanced features, and more couple of updates are coming from the game. So during the time, we're going to make more features on the game and update you more as time goes on. Okay, so you should
So
just stay
so what?
tuned and keep.
Yeah, what about the reward? Will it be increased or is it gonna be the same reward?
The reward, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are going to increase the reward, but not that. But we are going to make some updates on that.
Okay. So thank you for the information. Then I think the next one we have here is the INME Mats. Since it's an NFT market place. So I mean, how is the NFT incorporated with INME Finance? I mean, how will you guys be able to earn a revenue on the NFTs implemented on the
Okay,
project?
so for the INME Mart, like I mentioned earlier, it's still in development. It's not ready yet. The thing is, the game doesn't exactly use NFTs. We've been trying to plant a similitude to what we have with Subway stuff, and you don't use or you don't need NFTs to be able to like purchase the sneakers, the skaters, the jumper suits, and all of those things. You don't need NFTs. So basically, all of these things are in like the in-game marketplace. So basically, what we are utilizing for the game is something similar. We have an in-game marketplace where you just buy all of these things. So not the traditional NFT marketplaces that you see in typical projects. So, but for what we have with the INME Mart, what we are planning to build is that what we're planning to build is a metaverse, is an NFT marketplace that is on the metaverse. So, like I explained earlier, you are immersed in a shopping experience where you go NFT artists, um, or projects can list their NFTs in the INME Mart on the metaverse. You could come in, walk in, you're immersed into the entire metaverse system. You walk in with your, pushing your, holding your shopping basket, whatever you're holding, and then you're going from rows to rows, from stores to stores, checking out NFTs, and then picking them up, going straight to the counter, making payments for all of these NFTs, and they're yours. So basically, it's just the NFT marketplace on the metaverse.
Okay, that's cool. So this will now take us to the next part of the project, marketing. Les Kimpachi, you may want to take the marketing.
I have to ask a lot of things. So if you have any more questions, you can continue, or I'll just take the lead afterwards.
Yeah, I mean you can go ahead.
Hi there again. First, continuing with the theme, right? Let me start with this. So you both are right now, Greek and Rachel are there as the AMA moderators, I think, and Besinsa is the game developer, right? Or he is the application developer.
It's the game dev.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
So
Basinsa is the game dev.
he's the game dev. All right. So he is the game dev, and who is the developer for the application?
Sorry. The developer. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to get your accent.
Who is the developer for the application? The swap and the wallet and everything.
Okay, so
okay, okay, let me take this. The application was developed by the INME Finance team. The wallet, the application, the swap, they were developed by the INME Finance team. They have like a core team of developers in themselves.
So I'm assuming Besinsa is also one of the developers from the INME Finance, or Besinsa has been hired separately to develop the game.
yeah, I mean,
He's actually on the team.
when
Independent.
when you're talking about a team, all right, when you're talking about a group of a project team, it means it's the coming together of people from different countries, different languages, and all. So just as we have from Nigeria, India, France, and all, so do we have and we have moderators, we have admin, we have AME manager, we have developers, and all. So do we have, and we hired a developer. So it's actually part of the team.
But just confirming, is he also part of the original team that developed the wallet and the swap, or Besinsa has been hired separately to develop the game? I mean, does he has prior experience working with the other game devs? Because application development and game development are very different fields. So just confirming, if Besinsa is there, I assume he can answer for himself.
Okay, so let me push this to you. Yeah. For the development of the swap and the wallet, the swap was developed by the Sobex Finance team. You can check them out. They are a BaaS provider, what I'll call a blockchain as a service. So basically, what they do is to develop blockchain services, swaps, aggregators, and all of these things. So they develop the swap and the wallet. But when it comes, and the Sobex Finance team is based off in Singapore. It's based off in Singapore. But when it comes to the game in itself, the game in itself was designed by the INME Finance team. They have a core team of developers and game developers that worked on the game, and they had developers that worked on the app. So Basinsa worked on the app. He was brought in to deliver the app. but there is a core team of developers that worked on things like the website and the way the application works. Do you understand?
Definitely. Thank you for replying to it so swiftly. Now, let me come back to the tokenomics. Tokenomics, I think Rachel covered it. Distribution of the tokenomics. Coming to liquidity of the this thing, it is 60%, right? 60% of the fund raised are gonna be loaded into the contract when it gets launched. Considering it is a dual application with play to earn as well as a move to earn feature, don't you consider 60% is a bit on a lesser side, considering it could generate a very high volume if it's all successful? Uh, please kindly comment on that.
Exactly, yeah. Just 60% of what is raised is being pushed to liquidity. The other 40% is used in funding things like marketing, majorly marketing. So personally, I don't think it's on the low side. We've seen projects push 51% to liquidity, and still go on to do massively well. So personally, it doesn't have any impact. It doesn't have any impact, or it doesn't exactly affect how the project, eventually turns out.
And I'll take your word for it that it won't have any impact. I have my doubts, but well, you are here to represent. Again, it is locked for 10 years, right? It is a pretty long period of time. In case, because we have seen that contracts might go vary at some period of time. Do you think 10 years is a bit too long for locking up? Because I think Pink Lock has the feature of periodic locks that after 6 months or that, as you have said it, they can continue locking again and again. So why did the team choose to lock for a period of 10 years at once?
When not all of the tokens were locked for 10 years at once. The last unlocked token would be at the end of the 10-year period. There are so many tokens that would be unlocked as time goes on. If you scroll down to the bottom of the pre-sale link, there is about 75 million tokens, which is to be unlocked on the 15th of July, which is going directly, into game rewards. On the in August, there's about 47 million tokens to be unlocked, and part of this is being pushed to SEX liquidity, that's centralized exchange liquidity. So there are plans for getting this project listed on centralized exchanges, and this amount has been earmarked, for that period. So whatever amount of tokens is needed, for the SEX listing would be pushed there, and then the rest will be locked for a little while. So for the 10 years locking, that is the point where the last tokens will be unlocked. I think this is basically to show transparency. As regards contracts malfunctioning, the team has a precedent already, which is with the INME swap token, already on 2 centralized exchanges. It's on PancakeSwap also. You can check the chart, is listed on TMC. There hasn't been any issue since since that token was launched. So, and then the same devs that worked on that are working on this. So we're pretty sure there won't be any issue. So as regards the 10 years lock, it's just to ensure transparency. We wouldn't want investors getting scared that at the end of a 1-year period, they get robbed or something. It's to show that we're here for the long haul, and the aim is to push this into major centralized exchanges.
I assume you were talking in the between about the team vesting as well, not just the token vesting, the liquidity lock. Let's move on from that. The other thing is, I have been following this token because I think it was trending last night, my time at least, on Pink sale. So I was looking at it, and I assume the sale hasn't gone as should have gone with the prospects of this token that has. Though I noticed one thing that one wallet specifically has funded about 50% of whatever has been raised till now. Can you comment on that as well?
What do you mean by one wallet funded 25%?
One
50% of
wallet
what was
has
it?
one wallet has that's distributed its fair share of BNBs to 18 wallets, and those 18 wallets have contributed to the pre-sale in the amounts of ranging from 0.8 to 1.1. I can share the link if you want to in your DM or however you want to. I have the it's a BSC
Okay,
scan.
so well, personally, that is not an issue. Just to touch on that, um, it's a fair launch. It's called a fair launch. Everybody has fair opportunities to get in. I'm definitely sure it's a believer trying to ensure they have a very massive foothold in the game. And for them buying, I think you said they were spreading across 0.8 to 1 BNB. They were trying. I'm quite certain they were trying to be on the right side of not hitting the max buy. So yeah, personally, it's not something to be concerned about.
Oh, it is a fair launch, so I assume Max Spy won't be much of an trouble. But let's move on from that. I think Greek, you mentioned about let's get to the game. Right, I've covered whatever I had to ask related to the pre-sale. I'll get to the game now. You mentioned that for logging in, a person gets one token, right? And if one person logs in the game, they get four. So it is conclusive that I can get one either that or I can get total of 5 per day.
They get 1 or 5 per day on the free
Uh,
version.
like 1 for logging in the app, I guess, and 5 for logging in the game, right? 4 for logging the game. So in total 5.
Sure, that's correct.
Assuming the current price of BNB, so one INME token is equal to INMERUN token is equal to 0.00012, right? At the current price in the dollars. So will the team consider raising the amount of token distributed for daily login, considering the amount is quickly very very low, and a person might have to log in for at least more than a century just to make even a cent on this, right? Just for logging in and not playing. So would team consider that they might raise the amount given at the login, because that is a very routinely practice in terms of games. They login reward.
Okay, so let me comment like this. The giving one of the token just for logging in is just complimentary. You are not expected to say accumulate all of the one tokens and then expect it to compound into something huge that you can sell and make massive money from. So it's just to incentivize users and players just to come in, have a feel. So basically what happens is you get 1 token, you get 4 from playing the free version, you have about 5. You can use this 5 token to purchase even the minimum booster to help you earn more. So this is the idea, not that we're expecting the 1 token to add up into 1 BNB over the course of 1 century. Do you understand?
What I understand is the incentive, the basic agenda of this is that for people log into the game and sort of brings up the volume, that if the game goes on a Play Store somewhere, on iStore somewhere, uh, what counts is that number of people that are logging in. That sort of boosts up the records, and that is how a game is actually sold. Right. That is how. That is what people do. That is the reason behind giving daily rewards for logging in. That is how the thing works. So, and if the amount, let's say, if the amount is not good enough or not lucrative enough, the incentive for people to have a daily login dies. That just happens in every other game, especially in the crypto space, where the routine or the life of a game is not much. So if the incentive for logging in is practically very, very low, the chances of a person just logging in will be very, very low as well, right? I understand that is the agenda for that is not that people might have accumulated sum, but let's say even if I'm trying to, if I'm logging in for at least a year, assume I would have $1, but that is not possible given the current rate. So what I'm asking is, even considering it that uh, I'm not asking to raise it to $1 or something, but even to something like a cent or half a cent, so that at least a person might have an incentive to log in daily.
I understand. I understand where you're coming from, Last Kempachi. I understand the point you're trying to make. But what I want you to understand is that because you touched on incentivizing people to come in and log in. If we have say a very high reward for people to log in, then it's going to literally impact on the project negatively. So when people don't play the game, people don't buy boosters, and they come in, they log in, they get, say, like you said, $1, and then they do the same thing every day for a whole month. How do you expect the project to, say, keep up in its finances? So basically, we are not pushing out rewards that would inevitably tank the project. I think just one uh INMERUN token for logging in is actually quite fair. And seeing that there's so much upside potential for this token, for this coin, if it moves up to, say, $1, like you said, it still works for
I
for
said
whoever is logging in.
agree. I
One
would
cent.
like
If
to.
it moves up to,
Oh yeah, 1 cent,
okay,
not $1.
yeah, if it moves up to 1 cent, it's still fair enough for whoever is logging in per day. The entire idea, like I explained earlier, is that you log in, you earn one INMERUN token, you play the free version, you get four more, makes up to five tokens. You are able to purchase any of the boosters. We have boosters. We have boosters from 2 INME tokens to about 5. So you can purchase any of the boosters to potentially increase how much you can earn. So you literally do not have to hold. Basically, the project has created a system where even if you don't have the funds, or you don't have large funds to purchase some of the expensive NFTs and all of this, if you can literally build from scratch up, get your one token daily, play till you build it up. Do you understand my point, Kempachi?
Yes, I do. I understand it now. I think you want to use the INMER basically as a governance token instead of just a crypto token, so that even the people that are not in crypto or are outside of the space and don't want to trade it could still use it to buy stuff, right? Is that what you're getting at?
It's not a governance token. So
Well, it
even
is.
if
Yeah, assuming it to be used as one. Since there is no governance token, it could still be used as one.
I don't think it can be used as one, because I understand a little bit of how governance tokens work, and IMRUN is not similar to the way governance tokens are run.
I'll drop this for now, and I'll come to the gaming again. You said the game might be. I think Rachel said that the game will be ready by for release on 9th of July. I'm correct.
Already on the 9th of July.
Yeah. So, why is the push so early? Just it's 5 days away. So why is the launch not coinciding with the game release as well? Because that's sort of a lot of a gap from the date of triple launch to the date of game launch.
Sorry, Kempachi, your voice is a little bit low. I didn't catch the last part of your statement.
Why is the date of game launch not coinciding with the launch of the token, or at least the pre-sale? Uh, like they could have one sort of boosted the market.
Okay, you're a little bit far from your mic, yeah, but I think I catch your question. So basically, what you're trying to say is why is the launch of the token not coinciding with the launch of the game? So let me break this down to you. We have our fair launch live. The fair launch is going to end in about 21 hours from now, which will be on the 5th of July. 24 hours to prep and push, to get listed on PancakeSwap. That is the 6th of July. So basically, it's literally coinciding with when the game would be launched. Do you understand? The game is launched, the token being launched earlier, 3 days earlier, doesn't really have so much effect. The game being launched 3 days after the token goes on PancakeSwap doesn't really have so much effect because they are literally close by. The game is not coming 1 month after the token is launched. It's not coming 2 months after the token is launched. The game is coming about 3 days from when it hits PancakeSwap. So basically, it coincides with the launch of the game.
The reason for the question was great that it sort of drives the morale of the investors, right? They know there is an actual game there that is working, and so more people might be interested in buying at launch and in pre-sale because it sort of shows up that it is there, it is legitimately there. I'm not doubting this anybody there, but I'm just saying that uh, a few days delay in the pre-sale could have developed into a much broader uh, investments idea that people might have seen to this. Anyways, I'll accept the answer that you have provided. Coming to it again, so yeah, you mentioned that the process is still going on, testing and stuff. That is why there are no stills and the promotional video or a promo. So I was doing the testing for this one. Is the community doing some testing, or it is the team of developers that are doing the testing, the beta testing for the game?
So basically, yeah, when it comes to the testing the testing being done isn't on the gameplay. It's actually on the blockchain side of the game. So the game works, game has been tested, people arcade it, and it is launch worthy. But what is being tested is the blockchain aspect. Does it work well with the smart contract? Are people able to swap, back and forth? So this is what, the developers are trying to wrap up in the next 1-2 days and to get it ready to Google Play and the App Store.
Like that. Okay. For a final question from the gaming segment, will there be the extra referral for that if I refer somebody through the game, not the app? Will there be incentive for the people that will be joining, or extra tokens that if they join through a referral?
Referral for people, for players. At the moment, there has not been any mention of that, but I think it's a very good suggestion you've made, and then I would push it to the core team. It's something that can be worked on.
Man, that was all I had asked for the gaming. Coming to the swap, I think I don't have much. I just hearing what you said earlier, talking to Caleb. So this bilingual feature of app wallet working with the swap. So I'm assuming I can connect my wallet to other the apps as well, right? It is not limited to the app of INME Swap, right? I can use my wallet to connect to any other D app as well.
The app is a very cool feature in that you could import the contents of your MetaMask into the INME Finance wallet, and then you could import the contents of your INME Finance wallet app into your MetaMask. So basically, you could have the contents of your wallet inside of your MetaMask. You could have the contents of your INME Finance, the contents of your MetaMask inside of your wallet. So at the moment, yeah, you cannot exactly connect the INME Finance wallet to other apps because it's not exactly a plugin at the moment. It's not a plugin. It's still a web based decentralized wallet. So, but then should you need to say connect to DApps, you could literally import your seed phrase from the INME Finance wallet into your MetaMask and get moving. Connect your MetaMask to your to whatever DApp you want to connect it to.
Well, that sort of answers it. All right. I think if for a question that I had specifically for the game dev that is here, assume if you can answer it, you can answer it as well. Will there be a rebate feature? A rebate, not rebase. Will there be a rebate feature in the game microeconomics, microtransaction or microeconomics, however you want to say it? I think Basinsa is there. If he can answer it, or if you want to answer it, if you know about it, you can answer it.
When you say a rebate feature, meaning say when they purchase say so many power ups, they get bonuses. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes.
So basically, the rebate isn't going to the players. It goes into the liquidity pool of what's it called? It goes into the liquidity pool of the INMERUN token. So basically, what happens is the funds used to purchase all of this is used to buy back, is pushed back into the project. So in a sense, the form of rebate they are getting is that the singular value of one INMERUN token is getting higher and higher.
You're not understanding the thing. You see, when you purchase anything inside a game, you get extra items after a certain number of purchases, right? Let's say I'm buying a sneaker, and after like buying 6 of it, or of a certain value of it, let's say $10, I get something like a $1 free or something like that, extra item. So that is why I was directing my question towards the game dev, because he might be more aware of the how the things are developing inside a game. But if you want to comment on it, please go ahead.
Yes, I would like to comment on it. At the moment, there is not any feature like that. There is not a rebate feature like that. But looking at the roadmap for the game development, there are plans to. There is another update for the game will be coming out in August, which actually coincides with with a token release. So another update for the game will be coming out in August, and in August some of your suggestions would be put to the team, and then if it does passes, it will be incorporated with the new update coming in August. But for the version being released in about 4 days from now, it doesn't have a rebate feature. And then I think it's personally I feel it's too early to start discussing rebate features in game, because the game is still fairly new, and purchases are not so high or at an all-time high. Most persons are still just buying and still just playing. So I think by the time we get to the point of needing to add rebates into the game, I think that would be incorporated.
It will be like phosphorus to assume that since the game hasn't launched, to assume that the sales won't be high. That I think that will be wrong on your end. That you're assuming they won't be high, because I think the game, from the concept of both the things, it looks pretty good. And if everything goes fine, it might fetch a lot of volume and generate a lot of populace there. But yeah, I'll take what your answers, because you are the representative from the team. So all right, thanks all. That's all I had to ask. Thank you for your time, Rick and Rachel. And thank you, Caleb. You can continue, man, with the questions.
All right, thank you very much, Kampachi. Thank you for your questions.
Yeah, thanks for that, Kapachi. Um, so I think it's time for us to get questions from the community. But before we go down to the community, do you have any other things you may want to add that we haven't touched on, Greek or Labi?
Okay, there are few things I would want to mention. Just some few things about the in-game economy. The first thing would be that you need 1,000, like we mentioned earlier. You need 1,250 coins from inside of the game. to swap into one INMERUN token. And then also, as regards there is a buy competition there's a buy competition in the project, in that 2%, 2% from the taxes from both the buyers and the sales are awarded to the highest buyer in that 12-hour period. So basically, there's a dashboard that would be incorporated to tracking all of these buys. So whoever makes the most purchases in that 12-hour period gets the entire 2% that has been accumulated. So let's say at launch, we have say a volume of over 100K. 2% of 100K is about 2K, and whoever the highest buyer is in that period gets the 2K. I think, which is also an extra incentive for people to buy, for people to keep buying. So, and I think, yeah, we can probably move on to questions, and if there are any other things, I'll probably just mention them as we move forward.
Awesome. So, guys, you may want to raise your hand now. If you do have a question, please, one question per person. If your question is not directly to the project, I'm gonna meet you right away. So, we're gonna get a question from, let's say, Crypto Legend. Crypto Legend, you're muted.
Thanks for the opportunity. Can you hear me?
Yeah, ask a question.
Okay, I've been listening to your presentation and I've gone through your website. It seems like a good project, yeah. But most times smart contracts are susceptible to failure, and many projects also fall victim to this, and it has cost users money as well as discrediting projects. So how reliable and secure is a smart contract? Have you tested it through any of these parties?
Okay, so as regards the smart contract, I touched on it earlier. So there is a precedent, an initial token had been launched, which is the INME token that was live about 2 months now. We are on 2 centralized exchanges. The market cap is about 6 million. The contract hasn't malfunctioned since it was listed on all of these exchanges, both centralized and decentralized exchanges. And the same team of developers are working on this. The smart contract is audited, so there's nothing to be worried about when it comes to the smart contract. The smart contract is audited.
Okay, that's cool. Thanks for the answer, for the opportunity, Caleb.
All right. Thanks, buddy. Let's also get a question. Let's see, my best man. You're muted.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, ask a question.
Opportunity. Going through your website, I see something and I said, come and ask you. So you say that you can stay and send, receive, exchange, and any token in the wallet. And that's very great. We all know that if you go to some wallet, you changing token, you have to pay some fee, and that's very common. So I would like to know, if I want to change any token, will I have to have some smart chain from USD to change that token? And how are you competitive with such wallet like Trust Wallet? How will you be competitive with them? Because most people are using Trust Wallet. How will you more ensure people using your wallet and Trust Wallet?
Sorry, Juven Star. I'm not quite sure I understand your question correctly. If you can ask again, and probably find a way to say shorten it so I can, grasp it.
Sorry, I was saying that I went to your website and you say that you can stay and send, receive token in your wallet. So I want to ask, if I want to exchange any token in your wallet, will I have any fee? Will I have to have any like any smart chain or BUSD to change your token? Because in Trust Wallet, you have to need some fee to change the token. So I want to ask, will I have any fee to change the token?
I think I understand the question you're asking. So for every transaction you do on the blockchain, regardless of whatever chain you're doing it on, there are always gas fees that are incurred. Some call them miners fees. So these are the fees required by the blockchain or the miners to actually facilitate any transaction you're trying to make. So basically, what any charges you are making is not different from what you would be making on pancakes on MetaMask or Trust Wallet. So they are just your typical gas fees. So there are no hidden charges, there are no hidden percentages that have been deducted from your wallet for using it.
That's really, really great. So thanks for the great answer. Thanks so much.
Thanks for that. Up next, we have Mikey Crypto. Mikey Crypto, you're muted.
Good afternoon. Hi, Caleb. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, buddy. Ask a question.
Okay. Kudos to Greek and Alabi. Nice work for today. So, I really enjoyed your presentation. I've heard a lot. But there's something you guys actually talked about is a marketing strategy. See, marketing strategy is very, very important. And a product cannot be established on the market without marketing and promotion you guys have been doing. So what more should we expect? How you build strong relationship with communities? Are you just going to base on EMS for now? And yeah, will your dev team provide more utilities as the project grows further to sustain it for the longer term?
Okay, so I
Thank you very much.
actually, yeah, I would like to, talk a little about the marketing part that you're talking about. Yes, part of the marketing strategies which you actually mentioned is AMA, just as you mentioned. And also we've actually looked, because this is not our first AMA, we have AMA with Pinktail, and we're still going to have AMA with more community calls and all. So because we just have our pre-sale and we are still our pre-sale is still live, so we are still going to have much more AMA that is really, really going to boost both the pre-sale and is going to boost the launch. So that's why I'm still urging everybody to buy. If deal, I'm not saying you not to deal. So apart from that, we're also going on Yahoo too, because we're probably going to. I mean, we are definitely going to have like 500 posts. We're going to have posts about our swap and about the INMERUN. That is after 2 days. I mean, in the next 2 days, we are going to start having posts on the yahoo.com there. And then also, after listing, because we are actually looking forward to listing on CMC and Coin Market Cap. So after the listing, we are going to have another set of posts. And also, apart from me, we are going to have some calls. We're going to have some advertisements which we are already working on, both on Facebook and Twitter. So these are things we are looking forward to, which we've already have in our list. So we are going to be unleashing these one after the other. I mean, this is actually part of it, right? So these are things we have in store for our marketing plans. I hope you understand now.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, I understand it. Kudos one more time to you. Thank you, Caleb. Thank you, Caleb.
Also, to touch on some of the marketing plans, we have CMC on ground. CMC is immediately after we get listed on PancakeSwap, and we are already in talks with some medium tier centralized exchanges. We're already in talks. We just need to fulfill some of the volume requirements, and then we're getting on them. Like I said, like I've been saying earlier, the parent token, which is the INME swap token, is already on 2 centralized exchange. It is 6x from launch, even in this market where so many projects are way below their launch price. INME swap is 6x, currently 6x and above from its launch price. So yeah, there are so many when it comes to marketing, there are so many things to come. We are in partnership with the guys from Legacy Capital. So many things in the book. You just have to get into the ship now.
Thanks for that, Greg. So up next we have Paragon. Paragon, you're muted.
Hello guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead with your question, buddy.
All right. Nice presentation, Alabi and Greek. I want to ask question concerning the 2% reward that you guys allocated for the highest buy. Like, is there a particular reason why you guys want it to be for only one person? Me, I'm thinking it would be better if you guys can just make it three. No, three or two people to benefit from that instead of just allocating to only one person. So that's my question.
Okay, so thank you for that. So I would actually like to touch on that. Okay, so if we are going to like distribute the the reward among three people, it might not be as as unique as actually giving it to one person. I mean, and everybody, it's for one person, right? I will want to be the one person, and that is actually a good luck for me if I'm actually going to get that. If we are going to distribute it among three people, they will be like, okay, let me just since I can, since it's actually going to touch like three people, it's going to touch the third person. Just let me do this. Just let me put anything. It's possible I may just get the third one, even if I'm not getting the first one. So that's why we have to dedicate it to the person who actually believe us the most, because this actually depends on how much you believe us. Because if you said, okay, I'm going to get it, okay, only one person is getting this, but then for real, if you are going to work towards getting that one person reward, it's because you have this belief in us. So we want the best to get it. If we are to give it to three people, it means I can just decide like, okay, just let me buy, I might actually be the third person, you don't know. But because it's actually for one person, definitely if I am going for that, it's because I have belief in the project, and I believe that this project is actually going to make a lot of X's, is going to give me something good, and I'm not going for the reward alone. So this is what we actually look into, and that's why we are giving it to just one person.
All right, that is all right. Then there is this part
Um,
of the
just to just to touch on your point here, just like Rachel had mentioned, you know, when you give it to the top buyer, it is competitive. Everybody is trying. If you have seen actual buy competitions and how people are trying to outdo themselves so they can get the prize. So basically, we are trying to like create this kind of atmosphere, albeit on a 12-hour frame. So every 12 hour, you would see massive buys coming into the charts because they are trying to get the top spot. Do you understand?
I really understand. So there's this part of that roadmap that you guys have not touched since you've been having the AM. That is that merchandise release. Many projects have been saying they use that as an opportunity to maybe use the project from the merchandise to reward their holders and all. But I don't really know the plan you guys have for that kind of stuff on your roadmap.
Okay, so when it comes to the release of the merchandise, right? Um, so basically, the concept is to create further forms of marketing. When people see all of these things on the shirt of um, when they see INME Finance, INME Swap, INMERUN, when you see it on the shirt of your friend, you would want to ask, oh, what is this, why is this, where is this from, and then probably make your research, getting on the project too. So for the merchandise release, yeah, the plans for it are not quite solid yet. But I will just give you a sneak peek into how it would, appear. Like there will be shirts, there would be sneakers, and all of these things. People would have to make purchases for them using the INME tokens. So you have to like buy all of these things using the INME tokens, and then you could also win some of them. A feature might pop up in the game where you could win merchandise, and they get to you. So let's keep our fingers crossed as regards the merchandise. It's going to be very explosive.
All right. I wish you guys best of luck. Thanks for the opportunity, Philip.
Thanks for
Thank you very much, Paragon.
yeah, thanks for that, Paragon. Up next we have Sunshine. Sunshine, you're muted.
All right, thank you, Kenya, for the opportunity. All right, I want to ask the email team that okay, they stated that every reward, like every token holder gets a reward every 15 minutes. And also, once you log into the app, you also get a reward every 24 hours that you log into the app. I want to ask, how do you guys generate your revenue in order to keep on giving this reward, or giving all these rewards? Is it just a means of attracting investors? Because if I tend to hold your token for a long term, does that mean that I'll keep on getting reward probably every 15 minutes or every 24 hours when I log in to play the game?
Sorry, are you talking
Thank you
about
very
the
much.
normal reward or you're talking about the gaming reward?
The gaming reward.
Okay. So, Greg, do you want to go for it or I should continue?
All right, I think you should answer this.
Okay. So, I'm very sorry. I would like you to get you correctly because I wasn't following from the start. So you are talking about
Oh,
the gaming. Okay, will you like to repeat it?
okay. You stated that okay. First of all, the first question is, as a token holder, that the INME token holder, that I get reward every 15 minutes as
Yeah.
a holder.
Okay.
Do you get that part?
Yeah.
Then why during the AMA you stated that if I log in to play the game every 24 hours that I open up the app to log in, that I get a reward as well. So I want to ask that, how long is this reward gonna take, and how do you guys actually generate your revenue to keep this reward going? And
Okay.
also, that if I tend to hold your token for a long time, does that mean that I'll keep on getting this reward? That's for the first one. There are like two questions which has to do with getting rewards.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I will first like to pick the last one, which means that
Okay.
if as long as you continue to hold that token, are you going to keep on getting the reward? Surely
Yeah.
you will keep on getting the reward. And when you're talking about what you're going to be getting on, I mean, how are we going to be surviving this? I think I actually made mention of it when I mentioned okay, let's look into our buy tax and sell tax again. We talk about some percentage. We have 8% as our buy tax, 9 as our sell tax, and we have 2% each allocated to the rewards, and also we have the one for the buy competition, and then we have another one for development. Now the one for 1% for development is more or less like insurance, where it is stored, and when things are not, possibly people are not selling, all right, then we take out the one for development. We take out the one for development, we take out of it, and then we use it. And then also we have normally we always have a percentage allocated to the buyer, from the buy and sell tax to this reward thing. We have buy competition home too. So definitely we will keep on funding this from the percentage that we've allocated to it already. So definitely this is going to continually going to be moving. And when you talk about the gaming parts, whereby we actually all, I mean, where you guys have to log in a day, and you guys get your reward here, even if you're not playing. When you log in, you're getting a token. Once you log in a day, you're getting a token from it. And I think that is actually not much. I mean, that is not a huge thing on us for, us not to manage with everything we have allocated to this development thing.
All right. Thank you so much for that wonderful answer.
Thanks for that, Sunshine. I think we'll get a
So,
few.
Caleb,
Yeah,
based on the sunshine question, can I ask something? Because
yeah, go ahead.
I'm trying to do the mathematics on my head to see, and I got 96 times per day when I have to hold IME token. That means for every 15 minutes, I'm going to be rewarded. How many token will I be rewarded? Because I'm looking at her question. I know she's directing it to your treasury. So if this is a new project is coming up, we know people are going to buy in. It's going to need a lot of funding. Based on what you've allocated to it, I'm just trying to calculate. If I'm going to be rewarded 96 times in a day, and I still get to be rewarded when I log into your application, which I've tried to download by using Android or iOS. Also. But I heard Greg saying the other time that it's not ready. So is the treasury, do you have a formal already funded treasury that's going to be backing this thing up? Because if a lot of persons continue holding the token, I don't see how that reward for 96 times will be
Okay,
visible.
so I think thank you for your question, Alex. I think I don't want you to say mistake the reward redistribution with what you have with IAPY projects. So basically, if you check the white paper, we did not exactly mention an amount you would get as reward because
Yeah.
the reward is basically dependent on volume. If you check our tax distribution, 2% actually goes to buy competition, which the biggest buy gets, and 2% goes to the reward wallet, which is redistributed based on the percentage of the tokens you are holding in relative to what every other person is holding. So it is split across. So if in a 15-minute period we do not have any volume, or the volume is small enough, let's say an instance where the volume is so small and redistributing rewards does not exactly make sense, no reward will be distributed in that 15-minute period. So basically, the rewards being redistributed to holders is dependent on volume. So if people decide not to sell at all and everybody decides to hold, say everybody decides to be a diamond hand and they decide to hold forever, well, I think the only thing that would happen is that every 15 minutes they don't get this reward redistributed because there is no volume to distribute this reward from. Do you get my point?
That's the clarity I wanted you guys to hit on
Yeah.
because
But you know
based on
that,
her
but you
question,
know
she
that,
says she's going to be holding it. Huh? So based on that, that's why I'm asking it so we can draw out that aspect out that because if everybody turns to an holder, I don't see how you're going to be rewarding people every 15 minutes. And I thank you very much, Greg, for clearing that out because I want you to draw out that particular answer. That's why I'm asking you this for clarity's sake because some persons might look at it as okay, I'm holding, I'm not getting rewarded for 15 minutes because there's no buying coming in, there's no volume. So
okay.
thank you, Greg,
So
for the answer.
Mick, sorry. I want to quickly ask you, do you think everybody can decide not to sell at all?
No, I don't think so. But I'm just saying
Exactly.
based on Sunshine question. That's what I'm saying. Based on a question that she asked, I want clarity on this and this. That's why I have to draw out those things out. So you guys can give us the answer, which you and Greg just did. So
Yeah.
a lot of persons don't because of the market and the way it is now, a lot of persons don't tend to hold much.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, it's based on her own question that she just asked. So I need
Mm-hmm.
that clarity to be passed down to our community.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks for that. Next, so let's get the last question from Young Investor. Young Investor, you're muted.
Hello. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, buddy.
Okay. My question is based on your private sale. Because I checked on your tokenomics. I saw you have 7% allocation for private sale. And I asked the question on your TG Telegram, not getting any answer. So I would like to know how many BNB do you raise for the private sale? Do you get my question?
We Rachel, Rachel, are you going to answer this? He was
I don't
asking
really
about the private sale. How many BNB was raised in the private sale? Should I answer it?
Yeah, please do. Because I actually only we know about our in swap. So maybe if we are going to actually talk about the private sale, it will be for the in swap. So Greek, you can take that.
So for the token being launched that we are having the fair launch for is the INMERUN token. So there was no private sale. There tried to be two private sales, but we didn't feel the soft caps. So we had to, it's a pink sale private sale. So we had to, return back to investors. And then we proceeded with, development regardless. And, we are here at fair launch. So there was no private sale. There is no, you are not worried about anybody dumping on you at launch. Everybody buying now, just everybody that gets the token at launch, gets it as a result of buying into the fair launch. So there was no private sale.
Okay, thanks for the clarity because I followed what I saw on website.
All right. Thanks for that. So before we actually put this to close, I'm going to start. So you have a question for the team. So go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much, Caleb. I hope I'm audible.
Yeah.
All right. Hello, Greek. Beautiful work so far between you and the lobby. I really appreciate how you guys are taking your time to explain the project. But I have two questions. The first one would be around the game aspect. When I heard you guys in Pink Seal, you guys said it would cost about 1,250 tokens for a person to be able to swap it to one INMERUN token. That's correct, right?
Repeat that.
Yeah, I said when you giving presentation, you said it would take like 1,250 normal tokens for someone to swap to one INMERUN token. Is that correct?
That's what I'm saying. It is not token, it is coins from the
Oh,
game.
sorry. I meant coin. Yeah, sorry. So it will take 1,250 coins to swap to one INME token, right?
Yeah.
Good. Then my question would be around since it's a game where you run to get coins, the coin frequency of being able to collect, is it going to be on par with, I don't know, maybe like Subway Surf, because we use that as an example during this AMA session? Is it going to be something related to that, or is it going to be a bit harder or a bit easier? Because, judging with the current price of the token and then with the fact that people are paying for boosters and all those other things, it has to find a way to be what's the word, both profitable for those that are willing to play as well as interesting enough so that they don't have to be playing for 7 weeks before they make a couple of dollars. So around that mechanism of 1,250 coins for a token, how will those coins in the game be spread out? Is it going to be slightly easy or hard? Is it like Subway Surf style or not?
Okay, so Greek, you can go for it.
All right, thank you. So when you start playing the game, like every game, it starts off very easy. But the more you play, the harder it gets. So the more boosters you are able to acquire, the more power ups and all of these things you are able to acquire. It doesn't get too, because the essence of all of these boosters is to make the gameplay easier, and then for you to earn more. So the more boosters and all of these things that you buy, traditionally the game is supposed to get harder. But the more boosters you buy, it helps you make the game easier and helps you to earn more. So basically, the more you play, the game gets harder. But the more boosters you are able to purchase, the more power ups, it helps you make that section that is supposed to be hard a little bit easier, so that you are not spending so much money on buying power ups and then you are unable to earn something substantial.
Okay, that sounds good enough. But then another question I would ask is, definitely it's a game, it's a program. There's going to be a set code in which people play. So is there any point in time whereby you can make it maybe add a randomizer into the game, Like some games now, especially those of gaming, there's a set code in which you know what's coming next. And along the line, it's like that even on Subway Surf. So is there a way to maybe like randomize it as we progress so that people don't just know, oh, this is what's coming next, and maybe after buying all the boosts, they can play for literally as long as they want.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think you raised a very good point. Yeah, but the game is actually quite randomized in that you don't know where the next train is coming from. Because you played it the first time doesn't mean when you play it the second time, the trains are going to be in the same position. So everything is literally randomized. If you play the free version that is on the website, you would notice that everything. It's not just it's not like your would I say, I wouldn't say your arcade style game or your storyline style game, because if you notice most of your storyline style game have like the same things you are facing, the same challenges, but this is a little bit different. The trains where the coins are located and all of those things are actually quite flexible. So it's not because you play it over time, you would still not be able to predict where the next train or where the next coin will be. So we are able to like avoid the situation where people are just playing forever because they've been able to memorize or map out the entire terrain of the game in their heads.
Okay, that sounds awesome. But how do I put this? If I was hypothetically to start playing the game right now, um, let's say I'm very good, Subway Surf, I play a lot, I can get like.
Hello?
I think we
I
lost
think we
you,
lost him.
Princess.
Okay, I was thinking I dropped out.
No, I thought I got that too. See, I think I'm trying because from what he's saying, I think I'm trying to like get him. Maybe he's trying to like ask that maybe if someone is very good in playing game, how many token will he be able to what if he's like able to get more token in a day and is able to like get a lot of coins and able to like turn it into token, maybe how much is going to get per day, that kind of thing. Maybe that's what he's trying to ask.
Yeah,
He is not here.
let's give him maybe a few seconds. If
Okay.
it's not, then I think we might have to wrap it up here because it's taking a lot of time.
Okay, I think till then, I actually would like to quickly talk on what I just said, which is the fact that um, free play, you play, you play, you play, you play. All you're going to get a day is 5 token in a day. So it's more or less like you're getting 1,000 plus token in a day. For real, are you going to dedicate all your time playing it? Because since 1,250 coins turns a token, it's and you actually aiming for something like 10 token in a day. How are you going to like do that? Does it mean that you have to like spend your 24 hours trying to play that? you will surely give yourself a space, right? So we are just trying to, on every site, we are just trying to make sure that we earn, even if it is little or not. We are just trying to make sure that everybody earns from everything. And this is what we are just looking for. So you might not be able to reach 10 token if you are thinking about this. You might not be able to get the 10 token in it because for real, you will have to have accumulate 1,250 coins before you can get a token. So I just have to say this.
Yeah, Brentish, are you back?
Yeah, man, I'm back. Yeah, Airtel as usual rugging me. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, so my question was more about, like, as I was saying, maybe I'm a very good gamer and then I know how you can play. Once I purchase maybe all the boosters and stuff and I stockpile them maybe to the max possible, is there a cap to how much I can still run, or at that point it becomes like I'm able to run forever?
I'm trying to understand your question. Can you repeat it?
You know, when you're on the free mode, I think you said, was it 1,000 or 5,000 meters? I can't quite remember. And then the more you purchase those boosters and packs and stuff, you're able to run for longer and longer. And you said that you're able to also, what's the word? Is it stockpile or mix and match or combo up those packs you bought? So I'm asking now, if I maybe buy every pack imaginable that, it's possible to stockpile up for as much running as I can, is there a point whereby you enable me to be able to run for as long as I want to, or there's still a max cap that I'll be able to run and stop in the game?
Okay. So
I mean
when
earning,
you
not just running, okay? Because I know you
yes,
can
yes.
keep on running.
When it comes to earning, when you're playing the free version, the highest the max number of tokens you can earn is 5 INME tokens. But when you begin to purchase power ups and all of these things, there is no max cap on how much you can earn. So you can keep playing and keep earning. Yeah. But it gets tricky because the game gets harder. The more you play, it gets harder and harder. So even if you say, oh, you would need to purchase more power ups or boosters, just to be able to scale more when you get to other modes. Do you understand?
Okay, that sounds wonderful. Then the last thing I had on my mind was also regarding the mechanics of the whole utility. If someone, a regular person, just looks at it from the outside and listens in, the person might get the mindset of, okay, I play this token or I buy this token, I use it to buy games, I make more money. It kind of looks almost like a circle. And then as well, for people that maybe play for free and then get INME tokens, even though it's slow, they're still going to be making even maybe just a couple of cents from it. So the question will now be centered around how exactly you ensure, because Kempachi raised the valid point about it, that your liquidity is able to sustain you continuously in the years to come. Basically, I think I'm asking, what other revenue are you going to be ensuring you use to keep your project healthy, the chart moving up, and enough sufficient liquidity apart from the necessary marketing that you've already been doing?
So, like I explained also, when it comes to source of funds and liquidity into the project, yeah, there are basically two sources. First is from taxes, yeah. Second has to be from buying the power ups. So basically, for a fact that for you to earn more, you literally have to buy more. You have to buy more boosters. You have to buy more power ups. These funds are inherently, pulled back into the game. And then you talked about a circle. Well, it appears to be as though there is a circle, yeah, But in the end, the net you every player of the game is actually taking out the net profit or the net reward on all of these games. So you definitely cannot spend all of your winnings to buy power ups and all of these things. So basically, you're taking out the net of whatever, and then you can choose not to buy. All of these power ups, you can choose not to buy, and then anything you're earning, you're changing, you're cashing it out, and you're spending. So it's totally dependent on you. But if you have intentions of earning more, you literally have to buy more power ups.
Okay, beautiful. But then another thing that just crossed my mind would be around the feasibility of the the power up buying to how much you're actually earning. Definitely, I know you have a mechanism that when people buy more power ups, they definitely earn more. But then, how exactly are you going to ensure that the amount they're spending for those power ups, if they play the game, is worth it in the long run?
You're asking if they are not spending all of their rewards to buy power ups. Is that what you're asking?
Not just the rewards. I mean, at the point in time, maybe for example, let's say they spend $5 to buy the power ups and everything, and then they run and they run. It's a use based sort of thing. After a while, you have to buy more. How do you make sure that they're actually going to be making profits on the money they're investing to use to buy the power ups, just so they can play and earn some more?
Well, when it comes to profitability inside of the game, it's dependent on who is playing the game, because whoever is playing has to like pick up the coins inside of the game. So if you're buying power ups and you're failing to pick up the coins inside of the game, there is nothing we can do. To There's not so much that we can do, to increase your profitability. So the avenue to be profitable is already set on ground. The roadmap is clear. There are coins everywhere to ensure that players of the game are profitable. You understand? So now it is definitely up to the player to determine if they want to play to be profitable. Um, I'm trying to think about like the typical subway stuff. You could buy all of the jetpacks and all of the rest inside of the game. Yeah, spend money to buy them, but it is left to you after purchasing them to be able to use them to work effectively. So if the player is unable to get them to work effectively for them, I don't think there is any issue on the side of the project. I think the player just has to like work more on playing and hoping to earn more by playing well.
Okay, I see. So you're basically saying they could spend money in the game, but if they don't play it well, they wouldn't be profitable. Is that correct?
The logic.
Sure, then that's all from me. Thanks so much, Caleb. Great one, Greek and Rachel. You guys doing awesome.
All right. That's how far we can go. Thank you so much for that, Brain Twister. Um, Greek, do you guys have anything you may want to say for us to put this to a close? Like a final statement, or maybe like a quick of action to the investors down here.
Yeah, before Greek actually goes in, I actually have a few things to say. I don't know how much we've convinced enough people, but then I would like this is what I've learned, all right? In life, we have to, take risk, try some things. If we don't take risk, if we don't try things, we won't actually get the best of what we're looking for in life. We have to take a look. Like I said, when we actually started, I talk about, entering into some scammed projects, rocked projects. And here I am. I got back into the crypto space, start all over again, did everything, and I'm still doing very fine. Yeah, it's actually I felt like I'm dying at the time. I felt like, oh man, I'm all done. Everything is lost. But then this is how it is. Once you don't give up, and once you feel like I'm taking more risk, yeah, I want, because if I don't do this, what if I do this and it's become something great for me? What if this is my jackpot? So I'm asking you guys to do your own research, but do not, I don't know how much we've convinced you enough, but do not look down on any project on crypto space. Consider everything, consider it a blessing, and try it if you want to. Make your research. Try it. I mean, do your research, try it out, see if you can get the best out of it. And sure, we will surely get there by ourselves. So I heard you guys buy in, join us. If you have any other questions you want to ask, come in if busy. I mean, come on our Telegram, ask us a lot of questions. We are there to answer you every day, every time. So we are looking forward to you guys coming, and yeah, we are going to have more AMAs. So we look forward to you coming, to you guys coming. Thank you.
Just to add to what Rachel said, the fair launch is ongoing. This is literally the only time you can get into the project tax-free without paying any taxes. So I think personally I believe this is the best time for you to get in, because you'll be getting in cheaper. And then also we have CMC slated. We have CMC listing immediately after we get on PancakeSwap. The process is already done. All that is left is for us to get on PancakeSwap. I also touched on a couple of some of the centralized exchange listing. It's not stories. You can check this from the earlier project, which is the INSwap token. So and the team has been able to deliver on all of its promises. So do your own research, and if you find this worthy, the fair launch, Caleb will drop the link to the fair launch once again, and you can contribute it to the fair launch. So thank you very much, Caleb. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming around to listen to our presentation.
Yeah, thanks so much, the team from INME Finance. We actually, I mean, it's a privilege having you guys around, and it was really an awesome project indeed. Thank you for answering all of the questions as well, and thank you everyone as well for joining. Yeah, like they say, you have to do your own research. If you do have more questions, jump into the Telegram channel, ask your questions, and I believe the teams are gonna be there to answer all of your questions. So yeah, I think that's all for now. And we do have a giveaway from the team as well. They're generous enough to give out a $150 prize. We've selected first questions, but there are other means in which you can get involved in these giveaways. But how can you do that? You have to join into the Telegram channel, follow us on Twitter, follow our announcement channel as well, and subscribe on our YouTube. With that, you have the access of getting involved in this giveaway as well. And if you also want to participate in the project as well, I'm gonna be Pio is gonna be dropping the link for the fair launch. If you want to get in, you can get in and check it out as well. But as always, do your own research. So I think this is how far we can go. Thank you so much, Greg. Thank you so much, Olabi. Thank you so much as well, team for the INME Finance. It was really an awesome presentation, and I wish you success to the project.
Thank you very much, Caleb. We'll be jumping out now.
All right. So I'm gonna send you the recording for the AMA on the private chat lobby. Then maybe you can send it to your Telegram also for those who might maybe missed it or something like that. So yeah.